Welcome to Recreational Knitting. My name is Karen and it is January the 8th, and today in Florida the forecast is gloom and doom and possible rain, but no snow in the forecast. Sorry all of you that live out in the northern reaches of the United States. Unless you like snow, I'm afraid you're in for it. It came to my attention that I hadn't really done a proper podcast in about a month. So I thought, well, let's do this. Let's really do the finished objects, the works in progress, and what I might be casting on next. So I do have a finished object. It's been finished for a bit, and I was actually going to wear it today. However, I needed something a little warmer. I'm wearing my Autumn League pullover. This is made in Upcycled by Knit Picks. It's an alpaca wool viscose blend, and it is lovely and warm. And I made it a little bit big, but you know, big is okay. It's supposed to be sweatshirty, so I'm good. The fact that I'm getting to wear it at all in Florida is pretty awesome. I'm thinking we picked a really good place to live because I can still wear some of my knits, and yet it's going to be hotter than Hades during this summer. So for 3 months out of the year, I'll be able to wear some knits. All right, let's go back to my first finished object. My first and maybe only. Yeah, it's only. Ta-da! Yes, the screaming goat has announced a finished object. This is made with Bio Balance from BC Garn in the colorway, I believe lavender. Don't quote me on that, but it would make sense. The pattern is one of my favorites, Tresceo. It's a free pattern off of Ravelry. It's a raglan, and I've modified the heck out of this over the years. I think I've made 5 of these, and I've cast on behind me my next one. They fit me. You can modify them so that they don't look identical, and I'm okay with that. You can use different yarns and do the math, and I think it's all going to work out in the end. But this one I made about an elbow length sleeve, so that here in Florida I would get a little more wear out of it. I love this yarn. This is, if I didn't say it, it's a cotton wool blend. I always want to call it 50-50, but it's not. I think it's 55% wool and it is 45% cotton, I think. I don't have the ball band with me, but this took me, it's a fingering sportish weight, heavy fingering to sport weight yarn, and I just think it's lovely. It's lovely to work with. If you've not seen it, Little Knits has some on sale right now. So if you would like to try it, not that you're buying stash, but if you still are and treating yourself, it's on sale, I think, for $6.99 a skein, which is really a bargain. I think it's $6.99. Don't hold me to that. Don't make me pay the difference or anything if it's higher. But yeah, they have several colors that I saw that was on sale. So yeah, it's my new one. It has not been blocked yet, because every time it appears that we're going to have nice weather, we actually do something. And when I have the time to do some blocking, it's like this. chance of rain, ugly overhead. So I currently have a sweater blocking today out under roof, and it will be probably be dry by next Friday. That's what I'm thinking. So it's not like I'm not trying. But anyway, that's my finished object. I am extremely pleased with what I have. It looks great on. I was afraid I had taken out a few stitches of the body, and I was afraid that it would be a little tight. It's not. It's great. It's really, it fits me the best of all. But that's what it looks like. It's got a little heathery look. I love it. Love it. I do have a half-finished object, which is a sock. Not going to bother to show it to you, just because it's a half-finished shorty, and that's all that I have to say about that. Let's see. Hope you're in the middle of Whip Be Gone and Stash Be Gone. The hashtags are hashtag, and Stash Be Gone is hashtag STASHBGONE 2024. We're trying to work down that stash that we love, and we're trying to get rid of some of those whips. So on December the 28th, which was my father's birthday, he would have been 96. I cast on another Tresceo. And I'm trying something new. I'm trying to do a little monogamous knitting. If you hear the dog and some people talking, we actually have painters and tilers over here today. They had left the building for a bit, and it appears that they're back. I apologize if you can hear them. Anyway, this is my Tresceo that I cast on December the 25th, and I have placed a marker here in the front for each day that I've worked on it. As you can see, I did a lot that first day. Well, not a lot to and each day I put a marker in. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 11th day of my journey into monogamous knitting. I'm very pleased with the knit so far. It's lovely. This is made out of a Barocco yarn. It's called Providence. It's discontinued. It's been in my stash for embarrassing length of time. So yeah, and it's a little slubby. It's got alpaca, wool, alpaca, and silk are in this. So I have 6 skeins. This is my 4th. We'll take it to the end, and then we'll decide where the sleeves end. It may be like the lilac one that lavender one that I just showed you, and it may only come to my elbows, which is fine. But I love it. It's slubby. It's got different colors in it: blue, green, rust, red, white, a little brown here and there. I love it. So yeah, same sweater, very different look. This I'm actually doing, as she says, it's a reverse stockinette purl cast on, and I'll do that at the bottom. That's actually how the pattern is written. And I think I've only done that one other time. The rest I've done ribbing with. And I'm loving it. Yeah, can you see a color preference here? Yeah. So you're going to hear some noises, painters, guys, you know. It never fails. So there's that. I'm really excited. I probably have about 3 more inches, and then I can start the bind, or the, I don't know what, it's not ribbing, but it's the end part, the ribbing of sorts, reverse stockinette. And I'll probably make that about this long, just because I like that to lay a little flatter. And then we'll pick up stitches for sleeves, and I'm looking at the 15th of the month. And if I get it done after that, it's fine. But given the fact that I have some time to knit, I might be able to do that. Can't clean this week because painters and tilers are here, so it works out. What do you think? Do you like this? Monogamous knitting. I may be onto something. You see real progress.
Yes, sir.
All right. And that came from my stash. And I think I bought that stash soon after our trip began. Oh, and I wanted to show you the actual picture of the actual pattern that is on Ravelry. And it's called Trescale Jumper, and it's along a Via Anna. Anna, yeah. Along a Via... It's very tiny. Along avec Anna. There we go. It's written on the back here. An even tinier print, but I was able to see it. So that's the actual pattern, and that probably you'll see several different sweaters until I get sick of them. But it fits well. I like it. It's easy. I've almost got the pattern memorized. Once I get the initial stuff done up at the top, I'm good. Then I did a cast on with some stash. So stash be gone, because I really want this. This is going to be the beginning of my Eva jumper. Where's the picture of the front? Here we go. Eva cardigan, excuse me. Eva, however you would say that, from Petite Knits. It's not an Anchor summer shirt. I've moved on, but I really like the way she writes her patterns. I do think that they are written for more petite, hence the word petite knits. So I usually have to go up a size, even 2. So if you try her patterns for the first time, make sure you do your measurements and make sure that your gauge is right on, because I'm wearing a 2X to sometimes 3X using her patterns. And I usually wear a large or an extra large depending. So yeah. So that has just been started, and this is in, let me take care of this pattern that's a mess. This is in a Barocco. What is it about Barocco? I'm really not a salesperson for their company, although, you know, this is in the Vintage DK, and I've had this not for very long. This is something that I saw on sale that I've been looking at, and it went, you know, $1 off, and I bought it. And it's in the, does it have a name? It does not. It is color 2107, and it is 52% acrylic. It is 40% wool and 8% nylon. So the care instructions are machine wash, which is a nice thing to do. Inside out, or in cold water, or of course you can lay, do your usual blocking hand wash. So I haven't gotten very far. This I cast on a couple days ago just because I got tired of the alpaca. It was a warmer day that day and the alpaca was sticking to me. So I thought, okay, let's do this. So I've never done a cardigan before. So any tips that you can give me for knitting a cardigan would be very helpful. I'm keeping this in the only bag that's big enough to hold almost a sweater's quantity of yarn. I love this bag. Yeah, I love it. I got it off of an Etsy shop, which I cannot remember. She doesn't put tags in there, but it's got several pockets. It's got a big pocket on one side and a couple smaller pockets on the other side. So it's really quite nice. I really, really like this. So those are the two projects that I've been working on. Those of you that haven't seen the two podcasts or whatever, two videos that I put out, there's a third one coming. This is about destashing and some suggestions, some strategies that might help you work down your stash. I think every year in January we all say, oh, it's a no-buy year or a low-buy year, and we're going to work from our stash, and we're going to do this, right? Don't we all do that? It's like I'm going to lose weight this year. I'm going to exercise more. It goes along with that. So I'm hoping that you're doing well with that. I'm very proud of myself. I haven't bought anything yet, although that gift certificate is burning a hole in my pocket. There will be a day where I go down and I want to buy a sweater's quantity of just like an oatmeal color to do some color work with. That's in a sport weight, and that's hard to find. So sport weight is probably a good weight for this area during this time of year. Fingering takes quite a bit, and DK is just a little too heavy. I do have a sport weight over there that I think I could probably do, but I don't have a pattern yet to go with that. One of the things that I'm going to be casting on this year, other than my 10, I was going through my queue the other night and I go, why haven't I made this? This is so simple and it's so wonderful. And why haven't I done this? Well, I think a lot of times I look at the pattern and go, I want that exact yarn. Well, yeah, that exact yarn probably costs $35 a skein. So that's not happening. So when I take my gift certificate to the yarn store, I was thinking maybe I could find what I'd really like to use. I want something neutral, not necessarily this color, but something that, like when we go to the beach in the evening, just to take with me and throw over whatever I've got and it'll go. Some kind of a light gray, light brown, even an off-white, winter white kind of thing. So yeah, I'll see where that lends me, but that's what's in the works for the gift certificate that I do have. I have no acquisitions. which this is the only podcast that I'm aware of that you can see a yodeling pickle. So, I'm proud of myself. I've been looking on Etsy. That's the last thing I have to delete from my phone. And that is so hard. So, as long as I'm not buying, I think looking is okay. How many of you have deleted those newsletters? It's hard, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I think I got waylaid. Tangent. I'm hearing drills. I'm hearing all kinds of things. I put out 2 videos. There will be a third coming. And the first 2 are talking about destashing and setting goals with your knitting, how to work from your stash, and what it is you want your stash to do for you. And number 3 will be about finding joy in your stash. You found joy when you purchased it, and when you come back to it, we're hoping that that same joy can come back to you. I'm hoping that the new year is treating you well. Life is crazy. Life in this world is crazy. It's very difficult. And if you're having difficulty with some of the things that are occurring within our world, you're not alone. Take it easy on yourself. And what I mean by that is high expectations of housework and work and child work and grandchild work. You know, take it down a notch. I think in our culture, we expect so much of not so much process, but the product. We want a clean floor. We want well-cooked, nutritious meals. We want to make sure that all of our doctor's appointments are made and kept. The list goes on. This is a hobby. I want you to make sure that during this process of working down your stash, working down your whips, that you find joy. Joy is the name of this game. I believe that this is going to be a very difficult year for a variety of reasons. I just want to make sure that the joy of our hobby comes through. And if you're having trouble with a particular pattern, like I did yesterday, put it back in the bag, throw it in the whips pile. It's fine. I have the brain space of an ant right now. I have chosen, I hope wisely, on the things that I want to accomplish this year. I've got 10, I think, projects, no, 9, because I picked one of them up. I picked the Eva cardigan out that I wanted to start on, and that was one of my work from your stash bin. And I've gotten 1 sock done out of my whip pile. I'm going to go back to the whip pile after I finish my monogamous sweater. I want to see how that works for me. And maybe that's what I need to do. It's never worked for me before, but in this particular sweater with this wool, it's working pretty good. I don't know. Who am I? Anyway, that was a lot of gobbledygook to make sure that you're finding joy within your knitting. I hope this finds you well. I hope this finds your family well. I hope this finds you wealthy and wise and all the things that go with New Year's. But most of all, I want you to knit in peace.